Hey guys, it's Jason Lipoff, and today I am going to talk to you real quickly about 3 ways to regain your mojo, to find your motivation when you've kind of lost motivation to exercise or to kind of move around to feel good. So I'm going to give you 3 ways, and Brooke and I have some firsthand knowledge in this because we just recently have been experiencing it. One of the reasons of why I know that I became a Beachbody coach initially was really not to be a network marketing professional. It was really because I wanted that baseline level of accountability. And one of the jobs as a coach is that you are exercising every day, you're eating right, and you're keeping up with your nutrition. And I knew that that was a baseline level of accountability. But even then, just showing up doesn't mean that you're all in it. And no matter what was exciting can become boring and monotonous unless you really stay present and active. And so that's what was happening with myself. My story is I was losing my, I was showing up every day, but I wasn't getting that insane feel good experience afterwards. And it was becoming a little bit tedious to show up. And Brooke had come to me the other day and she said, what do we say to somebody that's kind of just hasn't been really feeling well and really just has been really lacking the push and the drive? And she wasn't just speaking about her challenger, she was actually talking about herself. So just because we're posting and we're being an example, I mean, yes, we're more right than wrong, but we're real people too, and we hit blocks, and we need accountability too. So here's three ways to really help yourself. Number one is get rid of the excuses, period. Every time that you find yourself giving an excuse, and realize that your brain will consistently, what it's trying to do is it's trying to get you out of a difficult situation and to make you feel good. So your brain creates excuses that you actually feel are just and right, except it's not helping you achieve your goals. So I'm sick, or I've got something going on, or my knee aches, or I had to do this, or I've just got to do this, or whatever it is. We create excuses in our minds that say it's okay that we're not doing this because for whatever reason, it would make us feel uncomfortable or whatever. So we need to get rid of those excuses and always keep in the front that of why we're doing it, why we're exercising. And that leads into point number 2, which is you want to move from the avoidance behavior into something positive. So a lot of people who exercise, the reason why they exercise is because they don't want to gain weight, or they want to lose weight, or they basically want avoid something bad happening to them, and that's why they exercise. Instead, you want to focus on how good it feels to exercise, on how your brain needs it. It's brain food, and your brain is like a muscle that it needs to be exercised, and that's actually science, that you exercise for your brain, and it balances out your stress, but it releases endorphins and other neurotransmitters that make you and chemicals that make you feel good. So your brain needs it. So you're doing it for brain food. So every time that you get up, don't think about it's the fact that of what you're going to look like in the mirror. It's what are you going to gain? And it's that feeling afterwards. And 100% of the time when you break that sweat and everything and you accomplished it, that's what you're doing every day. So that's number 2, is you got to change your focus. And number 3 is accountability. It's one of the big reasons of why I became a Beachbody coach, because I know from firsthand experience, no matter what was exciting, what we were just pumped up like nuts for, we're just like, we can't see ourselves ever getting bored with trying something new. But that's our brain. Our brain is always seeking for things to become a habit. It makes it easier. So our prefrontal cortex is what keeps us alert and lets us always be aware of things that are new. But things move from the front to the back, because otherwise we would just be exhausted if everything that we were doing was exciting and new. We wouldn't have enough energy to really do anything. So understand that we constantly have to keep reframing things, but we need accountability. So Brooke came to me and I came to her almost at the same time saying, hey, listen, we need to hold each other accountable. No excuses ahead of time. A lot of times you got to go outside your own household. And that's why this is not a plug for Beachbody, but it's a reason of why I love the idea of coaching, because whether it's one person or a group of people, you can do it together. And I think that's what's really important, is that alone, even the best person in the world, and I'm one of the most self-motivated people in the world, and I still show up every day, but I've lost that zest. And so a couple days ago, I'm doing another challenge. I show up every day, I cross things off, and I've got other people that are holding me accountable, text messages, and also in Brooke, basically saying, hey, listen, did you get your workout in? Did you get your Shakeology, your nutrition, how on point to you? And, she doesn't let me slide. And that's really what we need. So the first thing is get rid of the excuses. Get rid of the excuses. If you want to get it done, you get it done. You find a way, no matter what. It's what are you trying to accomplish? Number 2 is you change your frame and not avoiding something. It's more like towards something positive. And number 3 is that you need accountability. You can't do it alone. Not maybe. You cannot do it alone. Because if there's anybody that self-motivates me, it would be me. And even I've lost because it's becoming a habit to just show up and find an exercise to do. So it's time for me to get excited again. So I hope that helps, guys. And let's go and get it. Because tell you what, that feeling afterwards, those endorphins, those chemicals, when you start feeding your brain with proper energy and nutrition, we can create excuses in the world, have negative thoughts. The whole world is filled with negative thoughts, news, and other people being skeptical of this and that. And let me tell you something. Everybody acts like it's in your best interest to explain to you what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. The only person that cares about you more than anybody is you. And you want to do the things that can move you closer towards feeling better. And these are the ways that you do it, guys. So have a good one.